Hello and welcome to a little video on my very first Rallycross experience. I will start off with a little programming note. If you're just interested in watching my runs, there will be timestamps in the description to skip to that. So if you're just interested in that, just open up the description. With that said, just go over some basic things. I recently purchased a 2018 Jeep Renegade with a manual transmission and the 1.4 liter turbocharged engine, which is pretty much Fiat 500 R-bar drivetrain with all-wheel drive, and Jeep's tweaking to the all-wheel drive system. But the motor trans is Fiat, and one of the main reasons I went that way for this car when I was looking for a new car was it was one of the few remaining manual transmission cars that I thought I could enjoy and drive, and it had Sparco rally wheels that would fit on it, with the smallest BF Goodwrench all-terrain KO2s would fit on it. And I thought, you know what, this might make a fun little Rallycross rally car. So I've dubbed it the Feep for Fiat Jeep, and it's almost more Fiat than it is Jeep, as it's made in Italy and all that. But it is a fun little car, and I thought I would get into Rallycross, and that's what this trip was all about. The trip, I drove out to West Virginia. This is to one of the locations that's part of the DC Rallycross region. It was an absolute gorgeous facility. It had really rough terrain, very challenging, tight course due to some rain that they had got in the morning, and as you can see from the footage, it was off and on, even leading up to when it was supposed to start. I started the day off with a bit of a small mistake. We went straight from the driver's meeting to gridding up on the top of the hill where we'd be doing the event, and I forgot to grab the GoPros when I did that, so I don't have any footage from the first half of the day, as we didn't leave the top to go back down the parking lot until lunch, so there was no footage of the first half. This was probably a blessing in disguise for me, because it allowed me to just kind of focus on driving and getting used to this, as I've never done it before. So I think that actually kind of worked out in the end. It was a bit messy early in the day because of the rain, and it luckily dried out by the time our first runs were going. It was still a little slick, but it was getting pretty good, and then by the second half of the day it was practically just back dry. I think with that, I'll let you watch the runs, and I hope you enjoy them, and I'll be back to recap after that's done. that concludes my very first Rallycross experience. I had an absolute blast. It was fantastic, so much fun, and I really thank all the people that helped run that event. They were all very kind and very helpful, and they did a very good job of trying to make me feel comfortable, and it made the whole experience really enjoyable, and I really appreciate that. So thank you everyone that helped run that event. As far as my actual performance in the event, look from the results, I got third in class. There was only 4 entries, and the 4th one DNF'd. So I was the slowest in the class, which is not all that surprising. I'm not really concerned by that. Watching back the video, I can see where I was making a lot of mistakes. I can see a lot of room for improvement, but that's to be expected on the first event. This is the kind of stuff, and this is one of the reasons I want a video, is to learn, and you get better as you go. So I look forward to taking things I noticed in the video and improving on them. Like, the main thing that I noticed that I can work on is getting back to the throttle earlier, because I was waiting ages to get back to the throttle, and that would make a huge difference. The rest of my time that I saw that I was losing was just lack of comfort. In the real tight sections, I was being real skittish through those and lost a good amount of time. But I think as far as easy things to fix, getting back to the throttle before like 2 ages would be useful. It's always fun to look back and criticize your own driving through video. There's a lot to notice and look at. But overall, really fun event, and I look forward to doing it again. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Just one little thing is, with this footage you see here of me driving in and out of the facility, I'm going to post a video of unedited footage of that, just for those interested. It's really pretty drive, and I figured, why not? It doesn't take that much effort for me, so I'll throw that up, and I'll have a link in the description for that. So if you're interested, check out the description. So once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.